All right, let's talk K10. If you're a project control professional, apprentice, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It can feel like this huge, intimidating standard, right? Well, today, we're going to change that. We're going to break it all down and turn that "what is this" into "I've got this." Let's dive in.
Seriously, does just looking at the K10 standard make your head spin? I mean, you see all these big phrases: net carbon zero, environmental sustainability. And you're probably thinking, hang on, am I supposed to be a project controller or an environmental scientist now? Trust me, if you're feeling that way, you are absolutely not alone. So to make this super clear, let's follow someone's story. Meet Jody. She's a PCP Level 6 apprentice at a big retailer called Ibis Stores. And she's amazing at her job. You know, a total whiz with schedules and costs. But when she first laid eyes on K10, yep, she felt that exact same overwhelm we just talked about. Her journey is going to be our guide through all of this.
Okay, so Jody's journey kicks off in a place that's probably pretty familiar. Just staring at a computer screen, reading the standard over and over, trying to make sense of what it's actually asking for. It all feels so big and abstract and kind of disconnected from what she does every day, right? The actual nuts and bolts of project controls.
And this right here, this is the official definition she's looking at. The environmental impact of a project's activities, how it could contribute to the drive towards net carbon zero, and how to minimize negative impacts on environmental sustainability within the context of the role. Whew! I mean, it just packs in all these huge concepts, doesn't it? Environmental impact, net carbon zero, sustainability. It's no surprise that just one sentence can feel like a lot.
But here's the good news. Jody has a fantastic mentor named Adam. He's been around the block, he sees she's struggling, and he steps in. He knows the secret isn't about memorizing that big definition. Nope. The key is to break it down into simple, manageable pieces that actually connect to her job.
So Adam lays it out for her in 3 simple pillars. Think of it this way. Pillar 1, environmental impact. That's all about the now. What's our project's immediate footprint? Then you've got Pillar 2, net carbon zero. That's the future. How do we help with the big climate goals? And finally, Pillar 3, environmental sustainability. That's about forever. How do we make smart choices that protect the planet long term? Suddenly, it's not so intimidating, is it?
And then Adam makes a really important point. He tells her, Jody, nobody expects you to be an environmental expert. That's not the job. Your role, especially at level 6, is strategic. You've got other people focusing on the nitty-gritty, like construction and design regulations. Your job is to take the impacts of their decisions and weave them into what you already do every single day. Scope, schedule, cost, risk, reporting. You're the one who makes it all visible in the project data.
This is where it all comes together. To make this idea of net zero feel less fuzzy, Adam gives her this brilliant analogy. And you can almost see the light bulb go on for Jody. A carbon footprint, it's not just some vague, fluffy concept. It's a resource. It's measurable, just like a budget or a timeline. You can plan it, you can track it, and you can control it. Game changer.
Okay, so now that Jody's got this new understanding, let's see it in action. She walks into a meeting with her line manager, Riddle, about a brand new project they're calling the Ibis Green Store. This is where all that theory is about to get very, very real. The whole point of this project is to build a new store that's super environmentally friendly. So Riddle throws this comparison up on the screen. It's a classic project dilemma. Option A, standard materials. Cheaper, faster, but a pretty big carbon footprint. Then there's option B, sustainable materials. It's going to cost more up front, the lead times are longer, but it perfectly aligns with the company's net zero goals. Then Riddle turns to her and asks the big question, Jody, from a project controls point of view, how do we break this down? What's the trade-off here? And bam, that one question from Rital just rocketed Jody from stage 1, just knowing the definitions, smack into stages 2 and 3. She's not just talking about concepts anymore, she's applying them to real project controls. She's analyzing actual risks, actual trade-offs. This is exactly what that learning journey is all about.
So Jody nails it. She speaks up in the meeting, talks about how they can model the different cost and schedule impacts. She's feeling pretty good about herself. But now there's the next hurdle. How does she actually prove all this for her apprenticeship portfolio in Aptum? And that's our cue to bring in her coach, Olivia.
Olivia gives her this super clear table, and honestly, this is the secret weapon for evidence in K10. She tells Jody, look, don't just dump a document into Aptum. You have to give it context. She says, if you upload a risk register, annotate it, circle the environmental risk and explain why it's there. Write a little reflection that connects what you knew to what the project achieved. The assessors don't just want to see what you did, they need to see how you were thinking.
All right, so Jody's portfolio is looking solid. But there's one last piece of the puzzle, the final boss, if you will, the endpoint assessment, the EPA. She's got to be able to talk about all this stuff confidently and clearly in that professional discussion. So Olivia starts coaching her on exactly how to get ready for it.
Olivia starts by giving her a sample question, something she's very likely to hear in her EPA. It's a pretty broad, open-ended question, and that's on purpose. It's designed to give her the space to really show off everything she's learned. Just seeing a question like this ahead of time, it takes away so much of that fear of the unknown, you know? Now, all she needs is a way to structure her answer.
And that's where this framework comes in. Olivia teaches her the STAR method. It is such a simple but incredibly powerful way to tell a great story. So for Jody, the situation is the IBIS Green Store project. The task? To figure out the trade-offs between the two types of materials. The action is what she actually did, using the cost plan, the risk register, to model everything. And the result? Well, her analysis helped the whole team make a smart, informed decision that balanced the budget, the schedule, and the company's huge sustainability goals. Perfect.
So you see the journey she's been on? She went from total confusion to getting guidance from a mentor to applying it in the real world and then getting coached on how to prove it. Jody has completely transformed. K10 isn't this scary monster anymore. She sees it for what it really is, a totally essential part of being a modern, strategic project control professional. She's ready. And now, it's over to you. You've walked through Jody's journey. So, what's one small thing, one manageable step you can take this week? Just look at the project you're on right now. Can you analyze the waste it produces or the emissions from all the travel? What about the materials you're using? Just pick one thing. Start there. That is the first step you can take on your own path to mastering K10. You can totally do this.